feel that you want to see something that other people can give some way for the. Okay. So see here, and then if there is any excess powder here, you can use a small tissue paper to wipe off excess powder in that side also. Okay. So this is how you have to do the sample preparation. Now the sample is prepared. You can start the measurement. So just we load the sample here. Load the sample here. The knife has to be there. Okay, make sure the knife is close to the sample. The setup is same. It's with you. You have to have the solar slit. You have to have one solar slit here. You have to have another solar slit here. Don't forget you need to use the nickel filter. And here you have to select the motorized slit, that is from the software. Here also we have to select the anti-scatter slit from the software. So these two has to be selected from software, and the detector has to be in one-dimensional mode for powder analysis. Okay. So I have no clue about the sample. So let us do an XRD and try to find out what is there in the sample. Okay. Please don't tell anything what is there in the sample. Okay. We need to there are some points symbols are there, so I have to do the initialization first. I have done the initialization. Okay, initialization is done. Everything is green now. Now you slowly increase the power of the X-ray. P10. As I told you, you have to wait for a few seconds. Maybe it's no point in standing there. There is nothing. Some of it comes. Okay, then wait for some time. Then 40. Always increase the voltage first and then the current. Okay, 40, 10, 20. Wait for some time. Actually, ideally you have to wait for 30 seconds and play a little faster. Okay, and 40. Okay, done. Okay, this is 40 is done. So and then you have to set the value for the slit. Okay, this is the between primary means secondary. This is the divergent slit. So you can set a value of, by default you can use 0.6 mm. Okay, you can open 0.6 mm. And the secondary side, the slit, anti-scatter slit has to be open, full opening, that is 5 mm. Let open 5 mm. The detector is in 1D mode. I have no idea about the sample. And one more important thing, I can rotate the sample. This is a powder sample, so I can rotate the sample during the data collection. So I am going to rotate the sample as well. The sample is 15 RPM. So I am going rotating at a speed of 15 RPM, 15 rotations per minute. So I will be rotating at 15 RPM. So no idea about what is the where I will get the peak, what is the sample, nothing, no idea, no organic, inorganic, metal, I don't have any idea about the sample. So what I am going to do is that I will start the measurement from somewhere close to 3 degree and I will do up to 80 degree. And I will do a very fast measurement. I will use an increment of 0.1 degree and a time per step of 0.1 second. So this total measurement you can see here, total measurement time 80 seconds. So it is going to 80 seconds. I will try to get something from this data, and once I have something, then I can make a really define a nice strategy and get a very good XRD data for this sample. Okay, so let us get started. So you can see might be here. So the sample is also now spinning. during the data collection. It will give you a better data for powder samples. So I am starting from 2 degree.
तीसला आलेला असं
ये बिफोर एनिलिंग है आफ्टर एनिलिंग ची गुलाबी पावडर आली ये बिफोर एनिलिंग
So many things are there. Okay. Okay. Measurement is done. Okay. So can you see this XRD pattern here? What do you feel? Is it a good XRD pattern or is it a bad XRD pattern? Huh? I can't see anything. Sorry. Okay. So it may be a good XRD pattern or bad XRD pattern. I have no idea. Okay. We have done the data collection for a very small amount of time. Okay. We have done the measurement for only 80 seconds. 80 seconds. It's little over close to 1.5 minutes only. Okay. Definitely this data is not of publishable quality. Okay. Now for the same thing I have to make it publishable data quality. So what should I do is that in order to make it publishable quality data, the first thing I have to do is that I have to zoom into the highest peak in the XRD pattern. So can you see which is the highest peak into the XRD position? This is the highest peak, right? You zoom into this highest peak. Okay, and right click and convert it into dots. Okay, convert it to dots. You should have 6 to 9 data points above the full width of maxima. You should have 6 to 9 data points above the full width of maxima. So if you see the count is here, the count is total count is 70,000. So half maxima is around 35,000. So above 35,000 I have only 1 point. So this data is completely nothing. It's useless data. Okay, if you want to do fitting and other thing, then you cannot use this data at all. So what you have to do is that now I have to have 6 to 9 data points above the full width of maxima. So how to get that 6 to 9 data points above the full width of maxima? Okay, what you can do is that you can zoom, instead of doing a full XRD pattern, you can zoom only this particular peak. Okay, click on this button, use zoom. So only that particular peak will be, only that particular region will be scanned. So when I used 0.1 degree as an increment, I got only 1 point. If I reduce the increment, maybe something like, let us reduce the increment to 0.02, and then you will do the measurement again. Okay, and see how much data points I am getting. Okay, you have to optimize this thing. Every time 6 to 9 data points has to be there for the highest peak in your XRD pattern. Then only you can use this data for retrieval refinement. If you are using a data where there is less number, if I use the previous data for retrieval refinement, the results are definitely not correct. You should not use this. It's a very biggest blunder we are making. We should never do that. Okay. So now I am doing only that particular region. I am going to see. Okay, good. I'm having better. So now I see, again I'm converting into data points. Now I have more than 1 lakh, 10,000. 1 lakh. Right, 1 lakh, I have more than 1 lakh counts, but still, if I see above 50,000, I have only 2 data points. No, this is 50,000, right? Maybe 2 or 3 data points only I have. So still, it is not meeting my criteria. So what I have to do? Still, I need to reduce the time. Sorry, increment. Okay, instead of 0.02, I have to make it 0.005, something like that. Okay, and just you do the measurement again. So first you have to always optimize this has to be optimized. Okay, you cannot use same increment 0.02 increment for all the samples. No way, it is completely wrong. You cannot use that. You have to optimize that for which sample, which is the step size has to be used, that has to be optimized. Okay, so this is how we do the optimization. So now we'll see the peak and we'll see how many data points we have. It will take 2 minutes for completing this scan. Measurement time is 2 minutes. Where is that low background sample holder?
Yes, the nickel phone.
No, low background sample. Say good.
The camera is
One more thing. This and other. Both will keep it out. Can you see here now? Dots. So you can see here now. You have approximately, you can see the counts here. Approximately 1,11,000 counts we have. Half is around 55,000. Above 55,000 is somewhere 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this is a step size you have to use for your full XRD pattern. So what you have to do is that basically now we have to start from 3 degree to 80 degree. Okay, with the same step size 0.005 for full thing, and it will take lot of time for measuring. So it will take approximately something like 26 minutes for measuring. So we will not do that. We'll make it really fast data collection. 0.001. No, 15 seconds is too less. Okay, 0.01. So 2.5 minutes. Okay, approximately 2.5 minutes. And if I start, I'll get an XRD pattern. Okay, for this sample. Okay. So 2.5 minutes, we will do the full data collection. We save the data. Okay, we will prepare the same sample in a different method, and we will see what is the effect of the XRD pattern. Can you have the low background sample holder? Okay, so this is a low background sample holder. Okay, let us assume that I don't have much sample. I will take a very small amount of sample. Okay, I just sprinkle some amount of sample, and then I am going to do XRD of this sample. Okay.
Sir, 6 to 8 points should have.
Above the full maxima, you have to have 6 to 9 data points. Not more than 6 to 9 data point is meaningless. It will unnecessarily make your XRD pattern very noisy. So it is meaningless. And below 6 points, is absolutely useless. The data, whenever you are doing retrieval analysis, the fitting may not be good or anything. Okay, so many problems are there. So that is a danger in having. So it is very important that the highest peak in your XRD pattern has between 6 to 9 data points. It is not only for powder, thin film, everything. This is kind of a thumb rule. You always make sure that based on that you choose the step size. So you have to be very sure that you have 6 to 9 data points above the full width of maximum. Okay.
To increase number of points, we have to decrease or increase the step. Decrease.
Increase the
Increase or decrease the steps.
depending upon if you have more points, then increase the step size. If you have less number of points, then decrease the step size. Depending upon more points, increase the step size. Less points, decrease the step size. That is the thing you have to remember. Okay. Okay, good. It's almost going to be finished. Okay. While measurement is running, can I open the door?
No.
You can open. Okay, you can just proceed and open the door. The instrument will pass there, and when you close the door, it will resume from that position. It will not start from the beginning. Okay, so no problem. If I kept my sample inside, I want to take it out, or something emergency is there, just I want to take it out something. Sometimes, most of the time, I keep my mobile inside for that. And then I have to take the mobile. Measurement is going on. I just press the button, open it, take the mobile out, and then just close it. It will resume from where we have left. Okay, so it is totally no problem. Okay, this is done. Okay, the same sample. So can you write test?
Test.
1. Okay, test underscore 1. Okay, so now it's the same sample, but we are going to use a different strategy. Everything is same. Everything is same. Just instead of, I'm going to use a low background sample holder. Okay. Okay. See, one careful thing you have to make sure. Okay. Now I have sprinkled the powder. Okay. I have not pressed the powder like the old sample holder. So now if it is sprinkled, so I should not rotate the sample during analysis. If it is fixed in one position, then you can rotate the sample. Okay. Now since it is sprinkled, I should not rotate the sample. Okay. So I have to keep it in one position.
Vertical.
Fine. So I'm going to fit the sample like this. So actually you can see this edge. You can see this edge. You can see this edge. This edge has to be exactly here. Okay, you should mount it like this. You should be mounted like this. Okay, it should not be mounted like this. Okay, it should be always mounted like this. Okay, this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. Everything has to be in the same line. Okay, that is one important thing you have to remember. Okay, and then let's do the data collection for this sample. I'm not doing any changes. I'm going to use the same strategy, same 2.5 minutes data. See how the data looks like.
the silicon banana repair. Single crystal.
You have too many points. See, when you have too many points, your XRD pattern you can see here already it is very very noisy. Okay, that is the problem. Whenever you see these too many points, then obviously your XRD pattern is noisy because of you have too many points in your peak. So that time the 0.05 is not required. You can reduce that. You can increase the increment, maybe 0.1 or 0.02. You have to optimize it. Okay, so you have to optimize it accordingly. So also you will get less intensity compared to this method because here we are using very small quantity, sample quantity. In the previous holder we had lot of samples, so you will get more intensity. So you are getting around 400 counts only. But whereas that last case we are getting around 11,000 counts for the same experimental condition. We are getting around 11,000 counts. So that is a problem. So always when you have less sample quantity, the intensity will be reduced, and be sure that you are selecting proper number of data points. If there is more data points, then this is the problem you will have. You will have a very bad XRD. If I want, I can stop here. Let us optimize this peak. Okay. You have how many peaks you have so many data points are there. Let's say like instead of maybe let us do 0.02. Let's just do a quick measurement. It's going to take only 4 seconds. Okay, now let's see how many points are there. Okay, it's approximately 322, which is 160. 160 is somewhere here. 2, 4, 7 data points are. So it is totally fine. This step size is fine. Okay, now you start from 3 to 3, right? 3 to start the measurement, and now you will see here, this is the old data where we have used 0.005 degree increment, 0.002 also used. Now it is we are using only 0.2. Can you see? You see the noise has reduced. Okay, so it will be reduced if you are using a right step size. So the noise in your XRD pattern is controlled basically from the step size. So be sure that, and if you still want to have better, if you want to have better, still want to reduce the noise, what you have to do is that you have to increase the measurement time. Let's say like 0.2. Let's say 0.2, and maybe only I will stop here only in this region. Okay, after 20 only I'm going to scan. Okay, you can see here. So now I'm increasing the measurement time from 0.01 to 0.2 measurement. I have increased, maybe approximately by 20 times I have increased. Now you can see still the noise will be reduced. You have more intensity also, and also your noise will be reduced. have more counts also.
Intensity increase.
అంతా విషయం
See, almost it is nullified. The background is almost the noise is reduced here. So always you have to be very sure about these two things. Okay, you have to be sure that what is the measurement time per step I have to use, what is the time increment I should use. All these things you have to keep in mind. This is very very important. Based on that you will get a good XRT pattern or a bad XRT pattern. Okay, any one of you can do a powder sample. Any one of you can do a powder sample by then? You can do. Okay, we'll stop it. Come on. Someone of you do a powder sample. You know now how to do the powder sample, right? Let's do.
दिल्लीचं दुसरं आहे ते करत
एक मिनिट
करत आउटर आणि हां